Edanomel. If you are reading this letter, it is because I am dead. Since I have written this in advance, I cannot know the manner in which I died, but I hope it was a good death and worthy of a legend or two. I know that we have not always seen eye to eye, and that you have never fully accepted your mixed blood, feeling that it had something to do with what happened to your mother. Understand that I have never blamed you for her death when she brought you into this world. Indeed, the fact that you survived and defied all the odds is a tribute to the strength that she passed on to you, and so with each breath you draw and each deed you accomplish, you honour her sacrifice. I know that your life has not been easy, and you have experienced friction from others regarding your bloodline. All your life you've had to put up with being called names. I wish I could say that it will diminish in time, but there are those who refuse to be silent, and for that I apologise. If it is any consolation, I too had to run the gauntlet of name-calling and jibes. I can only say that in time, your deeds will outweigh any stigma that our mixed bloodlines can create, but it would not be easy. As a Norn, you will meet any challenge head-on, just as you should, but as you are part human, you will sometimes tackle them in a very un-Norn fashion. This is not always a bad thing, as strict adherence to convention is a sign that you have nothing else better to do. And a little unexpected behaviour is always good when forging your own legends. My advice to you is, be yourself for yourself. My only regret is not being able to tell you of the deeds of your human ancestor. I think that your view of him may change if you were told of his exploits. But if you are reading this and I am dead, it means you are the only living descendant of that line, and I'm afraid you will have to learn about him on your own should you wish to. I only hope that in time you will grow to understand the decision your Norn ancestor made in accepting him, and in doing so learn to accept yourself as you are. Enclosed with this letter you will find the family pendant, passed down from one generation to the next. Wear it with pride. If you do decide to learn about your human ancestry, then may I suggest you travel to Divinity's Reach. You can get there via Lion's Arch. May the great spirits guide you in the forging of your legend, and may you fear not the night. Your father, Kale.
Can you be helped?
I need passage to Lion's Arch.
Just one moment. The etheric flux manifold is suddenly glitching. Must be that last Norn we sent through. So big we had to link up all the gates in Tira to send him through. And you're not laughing. I guess you had to be there. Okay, well I've cleared the matrix buffer, so it should be safe to go through.
Well, that's comforting.
Ah! Hey, wait! Don't go through, there's a malfunction!
Welcome, hero. It is agreeable to see you again, though you seem to be somewhat taller and broader from the last time we met.
You speak as if we have met before. Yet this is the first time I have stood here. Where are we, anyway?
These are the ruins of the Eye of the North. The chamber you are currently in was once called the Hall of Monuments. Forgive me, it's sometimes difficult to grasp the amount of time that has passed, but are you not Edanomel the White, one of a group of humans who helped stall the awakening of the Elder Dragon, Primordius?
Well, you are correct about the name, at least in part. My name is Edanomel, but the human you speak of was my ancestor.
Ah, so the union between he and Enga Thorvald bore fruit. Fascinating. Though you seem to be vexed at the mentioning of their names.
The union was a mistake. He was not Norn, he had no legends of his deeds. The union should never have been allowed to take place, it should never have happened.
Well, it cannot be denied that he was human, but to say that he forged no legends would be to sell him far short indeed. As for the union, well, all I can say at this point is that you are more correct than you know. Were you aware that during his lifetime he helped forge legends that a Norn could only dream of?
No, I was not.
Indeed. Your ancestor managed to survive the Searing, a reign of destructive magic that all but destroyed the kingdom of Ascalon, leaving only death and ruin in its wake. But where an ordinary human would have rolled over and bowed to the inevitable, Edanomel chose to fight and survive. Eventually he discovered who was behind it. A powerful lich named Kilgron, who tried to free an ancient race known as Titans, so they would do his bidding and invade Kryta. The Titans had long been posing as gods to the Char Flame Legion. This made the Char's cooperation and manipulation easy when presented with the means to destroy Ascalon. Edanomel was instrumental in the defeat of the Lich, and so his plan to conquer this land failed. No one knew at the time that there was a greater force at work, though this was not realised until later in Edanomel's life. Later, he would travel to the distant land of Cantha, where he, along with a group of heroes, fought off the machinations of Shiro Tikachi, the treacherous spirit of the bodyguard to the old emperor whom he killed. Edanomel was instrumental in uniting the two opposing factions, if only for a little while, in order to defeat Shiro. In another campaign, Edanomel travelled to Ilona to aid the Sunspears. While there, he not only helped defeat the renegade marshal Varesh Ossa, but travelled to the realm of torment and helped defeat the rising of her master, the ancient and foul god Abaddon, and helped to install a new god in his place, Cormyr, goddess of truth. Later investigation would reveal that Abaddon's influence was the cause of much of the problems that have been plaguing Tyria, including the fall of Or, the Titans and the Searing, and Shiro Takachi's assassination of his emperor. More recently, when the Elder Dragon, Primordius, first stirred, it was Edanomel and a group of humans who stalled his awakening by travelling into the depths of the earth to slay its champion, the Great Destroyer. It was during this campaign that the Norn and Asura were first encountered by many from Kryta, though these two races had existed for some time before this without discovery. It is also the campaign that set off a series of events that would eventually lead to your existence.
Those would be worthy deeds for an Norn. For them to have been carried out by a human makes them that much more exceptional. Maybe my judgment of him has been overly harsh.
Enga Thorvald would not have accepted him if his deeds were anything less than exceptional. She knew her union with the human would be frowned upon among her people. They would have never allowed it if he was not worthy. She found in Edanomel the White a kindred spirit, and they were very happy, right up to his death. I must confess to being a little confused as to your reaction to all this. Surely your parents would have told you the stories.
My father died a week ago, fighting off an ice brood attack on Holbrook. He never told me the story. My mother died in childbirth, with me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I should have asked this earlier. How do you know all this? Who are you?
My name is Kims. I'm a historian, or at least I was when I was alive. But now I am but a memory.
So you knew him, my ancestor?
Yes, I knew him. He was quite a character. You look a lot like him, even down to the pale complexion, hence his name.
To think that he achieved all those things, and he was only human.
Oh, steady there. I was once human too. Besides, he had help. He couldn't have done it all alone.
The Norn could. I'm to take part in the Great Hunt. It's a kind of trial of passage.
And how do you propose to do that, Courage and tenacity will only get you so far. You need weapons, armour if you intend to forge your own legends, and I can't help but notice that you have neither. Hardly an ideal starting point for a Norn.
And I suppose you can provide in that regard?
As a matter of fact, I can. This hall is magically linked to your ancestors' deeds and achievements. Those achievements were made manifest here. As his descendant, they are yours to do with as you please. I think we will begin with the armour of heritage. Your ancestor never wore it, as it was always intended for future generations, hence the name. Let's see how it fits on you. I must say that the dragon sword suits you. Your ancestor had one just like it, fashioned after Magdir and Serthin, the swords of King Advern and his son Prince Rurik, though not nearly as powerful obviously.
How can this be? You could not have known that this armour would fit.
He didn't. He never saw that armour in his lifetime, let alone wear it. There are greater forces at work here than you or I can explain. Both of our existences are evidence of that.
What do you mean?
Well, you said it yourself. The union of Edanomel the White and Enga Thorgord, and in particular the resulting offspring, should not have happened.
Sorry, I'm not following.
Well, think about it. Why are there not more Norn-human hybrids running about, Because the chances of the Norn-human union successfully resulting in a child are so fantastically low that it is deemed impossible, and yet here you stand. I would hazard a guess that you are the only one.
Okay, so that explains me. But you said our. What did you mean about your own existence?
Well, I am a ghost. Work it out.
If need be, can I return here?
You may return as often as you like. You need only wear the family pendant to pass through one of those Asura gate things. I take it you are leaving then?
Yes. There are legends to be fought, and I wish to forge my own.
Then may courage never fail you, and victory never evade you. Until we meet again, Edanomel.
The White.
I'm sorry?
I shall take on my ancestor's name, Edanomel the White.
And so begins your story. Welcome, hero.